there's your warning there. Hi, everyone. And usually I start speaking a little later, but, well, after seeing that, just wanted to put that in there just to let you be aware that there's going to be some things that are going to be unpleasant in this game. But, at the same time, it's like, your fictional setting, ultimately, you don't have to include that stuff if you don't think it's great. So, just saying. All right, finally getting around to the sinking city like a week or two late, because of money reasons. And I kind of cheated. I still shouldn't have probably gotten this. There's some other things I should have done beforehand, but oh well. This is the Necronomicon edition. So I have the Necronomicon DLC, which is $75 before tax. Because now when you purchase digitally, I think this happened like a year or two ago, or maybe I just was lucky. No, I think it is fairly recent. Where now, when you purchase games digitally, you have to pay tax. I don't remember that being the case in the past. I don't know if that was when I was in Japan. Because usually the price includes the sales tax over there. But yeah, I had to pay an extra $5. So it was a total of $80. And I know there's supposed to be more DLC to come. With that being said, I am looking forward to this, and I don't know a goddamn thing about it other than that it's based off H.P. Lovecraft. The way I tend to consume games is that I see a trailer, and if I like what I see, I don't pay attention to anything other than a release date. That's it. Yeah. Alright, let's get started. You don't want to hear me talk. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great, yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes van der Berg. Alright, it's kind of... So I guess we're playing Charles Reed. Oh, and as I was reading up on Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing aspect to that, and maybe to even this, is sort of inspired by the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. There's a tabletop RPG. And my dad actually has a couple of the manuals and stuff for that. And that's actually the first time I ever heard of Call of Cthulhu, was looking at his things. That's something you probably know, but I didn't. And I want to share it. So, let's continue. My files are still labeled Call of Cthulhu. I have to change that. Oh well, I can change it later. Well, how did we end up here? Oh. hell of a dream, huh? Alright, we got a first aid kit, a brick. We're on the Karen ship, I believe named after the Greek mythological figure that would carry vessels into Hades. Gunpowder coil spring shell casings. Got a gun. Ooh, look at
Hope
that.
I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Alright, this was what I read at the beginning. So that's good. You can always come back to it. New case. Frosty, welcome. Ooh, we got camera. Can I take a photo? Hoo. And snap. Here we go. Photo of a trophy plate. Alright. Mind Palace. Okay, so I know that this is made by the people who made the Sherlock Holmes games. I think I played one of them, and it was a pretty interesting game, so I think probably some bigger people are behind this, a bigger studios behind this than Call of Cthulhu, because Call of Cthulhu had some really great ideas, but I feel like they ran out of resources and just rushed to finish the game, because it felt like there's just a lot missing towards the end of that game, which is a shame. But it's a tragic case of small studios taking on more than they can chew. Alright. Unpinned evidence. Wait, lore. Trophy plate with a strange fish. Looks very lifelike. Ugh. Okay. Okay. This looks like it's going to be really cool, y'all. I haven't been watching anyone. I wanted to go into it blind.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Monolith National Park is waiting for you. Okay, all evidence collected, so I guess I'm done in here. That's good to know. I am. Look at the tourist bag I got. Hello, sir.
Now get out.
Oh, okay.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature. Scion of a robust bloodline. A philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
What's the deal with the city?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
The flood?
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
It's probably what's gonna wind up happening to the actual Boston here in a few more decades.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular. Its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
What do you do here?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Alright, bye.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Great! That's not ominous at all. Okay, so here we are, Karen's ship. Guess that's the ship to take us to the Devil Reef Hotel. Oh. This is going to be larger than I thought. Oh my god. What? So, is this like Venice or something? Okay, there's the port. Guess that's where the hotel is. The asylum. Of course there's one. Goodness. Oh, what's this here? This looks like it's going to be an interesting place. Alright.
We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
Alright. I'm sure we will. Just to take a look at this guy. He looks so tired. He's... Oh, poor guy. Oh. Not... Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. You know, octopus could be some good eating. Just saying. I love takoyaki. It's delish. Huh. Praying to the storm, I see. Under the keel bar. Exit. I'm the worst, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you sick.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
He looks like an ape. He really does. We're not gonna... I'm sure he is very self-conscious about it, so we will not mention it. unless that's the only dialogue choice remaining. Then I will, because I must get all the dialogue.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle outside?
Just want to get the fuck
Well,
out.
like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
Innsmouthers, huh?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
You shouldn't really be the one to talk about their features.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Yeah.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins.
You got
My
long
father
canines,
united with a
dude.
certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Yeah.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Alright, just where is it?
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye.
I just
You're
got
standing
here.
right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Alright.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Alright. Lore. What? Did I get anything else? Why would you highlight this and then there be nothing? Whatever. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's my hotel room key. Mind Palace. Throgmorton and Innsmouth are feud. Albert returned unstable. Okay, we don't really have enough to connect any dots there. Evidence contains crucial information about what to do and where to go next. To get evidence, interact with objects and people, combine clues in your Mind Palace, and take photos. Alright, pin evidence on the HUD to keep track of your current goal. Okay. Alright, we'll get to all of that. Alright, can I speak with any of you?
I've said everything I know.
Okay. I don't know you. Alright. Here we go. So is this the house? Ooh. Oh, we can actually climb up here. That's cool. What the?
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Why is that going down?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
Who are you?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
They mentioned this K. It seems to be a substitute for God.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our Lord, our light, our love.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Jeez, chill.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or... did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
See some blood
There
here.
was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
So whoever killed him ran off. Fell down there. We'll worry about that later, though.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Well, we'll see what I can find.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Ah, it's just a shadow.
Choo choo.
Okay. What the? Yeah, I don't... Okay, whatever. Alright. Not seeing much here. Huh, what's this here? Ooh. Alright, so no one knows how to pronounce Cthulhuese. Interesting. Retrocognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Inspect enough evidence on the scene and a vision will emerge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark the scenes in chronological order to gain new evidence. Interesting.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
What the? What are you?
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Is that Lewis? He mentioned one is... Alright, let's see here.
Take this, ape face.
What's happening?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
This one's pretty easy to follow. One.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Alright. Combine pairs of relevant clues to get evidence and deductions. Alright. So, let's see here. Okay, Albert attacked the fisherman. Albert returned unstable. Albert spread hysteria around him, which made everyone nearby unsuffer. Albert and fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Wait, select? As an Innsmouther, Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons. That could be a reason to hate them. Am I doing this right? There's nothing special about that. At least not right now.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen that.
Alright. Just checking everything.
5 cards short of a full house.
Jesus. I don't see anything super interesting over here. Alright, let's see if we can... So...
I've said everything I know.
Assuming that's Barry. Alright, so fell out here. The lifeboat that he was brought in should be somewhere around here. Ooh. That's the boat I came in. Oh. Here it is. Alright. Titania.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
There's a note. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton, and this is my will. I want to warn you. Don't go to the depths below Oakmont. We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor, I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and on. In the end it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father. He's here. All right. All right. Three? Okay. Hold on here. Mind's eye. Is there a way to run faster? This way? Aha!
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Alright, maybe. There we go. Lewis might have wanted him dead. We don't really know if that's the case, though. Could have just simply been because there's a threat. Another 3. Probably should just stick to... Oh, but maybe they did come this way, though. So... Hold on a moment. So there's a shot here. Continued moving this way. Over here? Aha!
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Alright. This way. Right in here?
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter. So, Lewis had some debts? The owner of a local bar in the port owes Lewis money. Something over here. Gunpowder and alcohol. Okay, can't open that. I know the trail goes down that way, but I don't want to go down there just yet. And maybe we have to. Doesn't matter what I want to do. Let me just make sure there's nothing else. Alright. Okay.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Ooh, spooky. Padlocks and weak planks can be broken with a shot or melee attack. Alright. Some missing peoples. Doesn't seem to be anything else.
The door won't budge.
No. This doesn't look good. What the fuck? What are you? What the hell? You gonna say anything about that? Just a pest.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
So Albert's dead.
One fatal round.
All right, we got it.
That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Yeah. Okay, well, mystery solved. Lewis the Innsmouther that killed Albert Throgmorton may be hiding at the bar in Oakmont Port. Jesus. That's a really small sperm whale. Hold on, sorry. What the hell is this? Well, what does that mean? My insanity is going now? What the fuck ever. Okay. Oh my god, I can do that. Games don't usually have you doing that. That's awesome. Alright, let's get the hell out of here and let Robert know that his son is His son is gone. Okay, hold on. Trying to see if I can, like, pull up the map. Key evidence collected. Let me go back there. Because apparently I didn't get everything. And that's not good enough. Don't immediately start talking to him, please. You immediately gonna start talking? Okay, whew! Ah, so here.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
I got several books, it seems. I have a dog.
This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
But where's the doggo? Alright, I believe that is everything. Let me just double check here. So we know Lewis might be at the bar and Albert was murdered. Yep. That's good to know. It's good to easily tell if you've collected everything. Alright, now we can talk. Excuse me. Alright, so I have some bad news, sir.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Your son was murdered. Goodbye.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilt for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
I have a sneaking suspicion.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Nah. Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag, Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
You're right. Okay. Well, I think I know where he is. Just don't know where. Doesn't tell me anything. Okay. So, where... Okay, so there's a bit of role-playing. Okay, where... Maybe hiding at the Oakmont... bar in the Oakmont port. Where are some bars?
I gave you
Okay,
clear
fine.
instructions, did I not?
I just want to ask you some questions. Like, where's the bar? Bar under the keel. There it is. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
Can you kill anyone? That'd be interesting.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Will you be important later? Got quiet.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Do tell.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
One bullet.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Sure. Tempting fate, fortune teller's prophecy.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Thank you.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. And it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No. I ain't done nothing.
Tell that to Mr. Throgmorton.
No. No. Throg. Lewis is upstairs. Here's the key.
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day.
Alright, bye. He not happy? Oh well, not my problem. Don't mind if I step back here. Thank you. Looks like there's some crafting, maybe. Something down here. Oh well. You know where to go now. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Wait, sorry, I just had to take a look at it. Okay.
What the? Get the... Oh.
Oh. Alright, here we go.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Why do you look like that?
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Alright, cool.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I mean, you guys do have an issue with the Throgmortons.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
We did see that photo. He's not lying.
I won't tell him. Everyone seems to agree there's been an outbreak of madness around these parts. I'm inclined to believe you fell victim to it too. Plus, it seems heartless to tear apart a family after what you've been through already.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
That said, the port's still closed. What will you do?
Hide here, I guess. Don't have a choice. The streets are flooded with police.
I'll make something up to tell Throgmorton. Leave as soon as you can.
Thank you again, sir. I won't forget this.
I do believe him that he was just driven into a fit of madness. I mean, the other fishermen we spoke with also seemed to be recovering from something like that, so it's not out of line. Nothing else here? Okay, we'll do the Mind Palace. Lore. Mythos. We'll take a look at that later. Okay. Okay. We can reveal his whereabouts or save him and lie. I think we'll be kind. I will be kind. You all can do what you want in your playthrough. Lewis... Yeah. Lewis was aware of his actions. Lewis was mentally affected. I think it's this. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. And then we have Paul, who was just killed. I think that is rational. I think this is it. Okay. Well, let's head back. I might wrap it up with that.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. They tore him apart. There was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas. This was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
So, now, as I mentioned in my Call of Cthulhu playthrough, I haven't read H.P. Lovecraft, except for like one short story that I'm positive had nothing to do with the Cthulhu mythos. But as was mentioned in Call of Cthulhu, there is often dreams of a city underwater. What is it called? Like Raleigh? Something like that. So, yeah, and this also pulls an awful lot from there, so. And that's what we saw in our dream as well.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Alright, you gonna pay me?
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Alright. Hook, line, and sinker. So we've completed the Frosty welcome case. And now we got a new case. Let's see. Alright, let me take a look here. Alright. So give me a key to the expedition's headquarters. It is in northern Coverside at the crossroad of Ashore Road and Heber Avenue. Where's that from here? Well, we do need to take this to our hotel. Why don't I do that? Oh, I thought maybe I could, like, go through there. Alright, let's head to the hotel if we can. It doesn't look like we can from here. Come on. I want to run faster than this. Trying to see if I can. No. I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. I did my best. Ah, here we go. What? Ooh. Ooh. Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Let me see if I can talk like him. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove. Alright, well that was a really good start. We'll just wake up here. Daywear. Costumes. Costumes. Ooh. My newcomer. My windcoat. Oh, that's Johan's outfit. Gangsta? That's cool. Daywear. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Man of science. Interesting. Master Sleuth. Interesting. Looking get up there, even get sports a tattoo. Kind of bohemian chic there. Okay. Well, let's put on Daywear because that's handsome. All right. Got a little pen up there for luck. Anything here? Rotate. Oh, laudanum.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Guess that's the sleeping pills. Dear Mr. Reed, I understand you are the private eye that caught the murderer in the port. My life is in danger and I cannot trust anyone in this city. Please come to my room, which is just opposite yours. I am in despair. My studies have drawn the attention of vile forces. They stalk me and will take me soon. I have cast my lot and am beyond saving, but the 7 books must be saved at any cost. Even if I'm gone, find my notes there. This knowledge must not be lost, as it could be our kind's last hope for enlightenment. Please, be the bearer of this light, for I have failed. Okay. Interesting. My Diary, Part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of a boat helped me survive, and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real. But my memories are true. My strange powers, gained after that ordeal, prove it. I found something horrible on that island. Something old and dark and slithering. And it still haunts me. So I guess he got close to the sunken city and has been affected by it ever since. Oh. Oh, we saw this earlier.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Anything else in here? Just real quick. Antipsychotics, huh? What the? All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream.
Never again, they say.
Oop. Sorry. Ugh. Not the greatest looking bathroom. Oh, what's this? Mr. Reed, you are the rare example of a man who treated one of my kind humanly, and I feel I have to repay the debt to you. Take this as a friendly piece of advice. Run, save your life, and leave this Drock city to the depths. Don't dig into its secrets, for they are not worth it. There's nothing good left here. I believe you can find a way to escape. Please heed my words. Lewis Flynn. Alright. Okay. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. Hiccup. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching this first episode of The Sinking City. We will do more cases. In the next one, we might even see what's going on across the hall from us. I see there's another note. We'll take care of that later. Thank you. So, it's a very good start so far. This sounds like something up my alley. So, I'm excited to play this. And I'm hoping I can do some manual saves, maybe? Because that would be fantastic. Oh my goodness, we can. Look at that, guys. Look at that. We can do manual saves. That's great in case, I have software issues all the friggin' time, so. Okay. Thanks for watching.